everyone, and welcome to yet another episode. My name is Duke Otieno, and this is the Inside Health, a channel that helps to simplify health-related matters to help you make a well-informed decision on your health. Today, we are talking about a topic that probably all of us have heard about. Some of us have probably experienced, and some of us have watched it on news or maybe videos. And before I start, I just want us to try and imagine it's the end of the month. It's around 7 p.m. in the evening. You are well loaded. You have dressed well. You are smelling nice. And you decide that you want to go have fun. Maybe you want to go clubbing or maybe just partying. But you wake up the next day. You don't have your clothes on. No shoes, no wallet, no phones, all your valuables are gone. You don't even understand where you are and how you got there. Definitely, what will be going through your mind is, how did this happen? Where are the people that I was with? I was just okay, definitely. Yeah, what you remember is very little about yesterday. So you took one drink and then suddenly you could not stand. You can't think. You can't remember anything. You don't know what happened. That's not normal drunkenness. That could be what we call drink spiking. This leads us to our today's conversation on what we call sleeping pills. Many people go out to have fun, but remember, some people are criminals. And some criminals use drugs to make their victim unconscious and steal from them, assault them, and do all kind of bad things to them. Remember that this can happen to both men and women, so it's not more of a women thing or what. Even men are sexually assaulted. These things happen to them in the clubs and so on, and even women as well. So this can happen in clubs, it can happen in bars, it can happen in parties, and even dates. You've gone out on a date with someone, probably you don't know that person very well. For them, still, it can happen. So, we want to really understand, what are these things we call sleeping pills? In a very simple way, these are medicines that when used correctly, and when I talk about correctly, that means for the correct indication and in the right dosage, are meant to induce sleep or reduce anxiety. But in the wrong hands, these are people I call criminals. These medicines are usually misused to make someone very sleepy, confused, and even unable to defend themselves. Oftenly, they are usually mixed secretly in people's drinks, and especially alcohol. And just to let you know, why alcohol? It's because alcohol usually increases the potency. When I talk about the potency, I mean the strength and effect of that sleeping pill. Alcohol will make the sleeping pill go over and beyond the medically recommended levels in terms of action. So, how does this drink spiking affect the body? When someone is drugged, suddenly they'll start to feel drowsy or maybe dizzy. For some people, they'll feel a bit confused. Some people will have that blurred vision. For some, there's slurred speech. They're not able to talk well. For some, there'll be loss of balance and memory gaps. And for some group of people, it will get to an extent where they pass out. So, if someone becomes very drunk after a very small amount of alcohol, something may be wrong. That is not just the normal alcohol effect. What are some common situations where this happens? A person having been spiked or drugged is not about recklessness by that person. No. This can happen in bars and clubs. You've just gone there to have your good time, enjoy your moments with your friends. For some people, it can be house parties or even dates with strangers. And for some people, innocently accepting drinks from people that you really don't know very well. So how do you reduce your risk of these spiking issues? To reduce the risk of these spiking issues, always ensure that you watch your drink when it's being made. Don't leave your drinks unattended. Avoid sharing of drinks and even going out with people that you don't know very well. Also ensure that you check out on each other, especially during these night outs. And if you feel strange, please tell your friend or maybe the staff of the place that you are immediately. And lastly, ensure that you arrange your transport back home yourself. What do you need to do if you think you have been drugged? You know, it's very important to know that, to know and like share this with your loved ones, maybe friends or maybe family members, because anyone can get themselves in this situation. So if any of the above symptoms that I mentioned before start, immediately ensure that you tell someone you trust immediately. Don't go home alone. Seek medical help as soon as possible. If you suspect an assault or theft, report to the police, and do not try to shower or change your clothes before medical review, especially if there is that aspect of sexual assault, since this will be able to preserve the evidence. For any victim, please don't feel stigmatized or ashamed to speak up after such has happened to you. It's not your fault. You know, being drugged is just a crime like any other crime, and it can get any other person. So it's not like you are careless or reckless. So what are some of the long-term effects and emotional impact of drink spiking? In most cases, people who have been spiked usually feel ashamed and confused. Some may experience what we call memory gaps, and for some people there will always be that issue on anxiety and trauma. So it's very important to encourage the victim of drink spiking to always consider talking to someone. Can be a friend, can be a relative, can be any other person that they trust. They can also seek counseling from a professional counselor, and also to ensure proper medical follow-up. In conclusion, this is to let you know that these drugs were meant for treatment, but criminals usually misuse them, and high doses are being used on individuals, and this is what leads to the unconsciousness. Remember, this person is okay, and then you're not just giving this person a sleeping pill, but a very high dose of sleeping pill. Someone who already is sleeping normally as it should be. So awareness about this topic can really save lives. It can prevent theft and even stopping things like sexual assault. So ensure to protect yourself, protect your family, protect your friends, and always speak up in case such a thing happens. This has been the Inside Health, and my name is Duke Otieno. Thank you for watching, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so that you don't miss out on any other episode. See you in the next video.